Vita. Basically, I'm a big Ninja Gaiden fan, and I got Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus and Sigma 2 Plus. They just arrived today, and I'm going to play them for the first time on camera. What I'll be doing is I'll be playing the first level of both games, talking about the differences and sort of seeing if they're good ports. And for new Ninja Gaiden players, I'll be talking about, well, which one you should probably get if you haven't played any Ninja Gaiden games before. And for fans of Ninja Gaiden, I'll tell you if this is a port you should be picking up. Now, as far as I know, this is a port of the PlayStation 3 version, Sigma, so I don't know if there's anything new or taken out of this one. But what I'm mostly interested in is the frame rate and stuff like that. So let's first go to the options. Okay, so seems to be no Japanese voices. Ah, that's okay, we don't need that for now. Let's just go straight into the game. Oh, okay, so there's hero mode. I don't know what that is, but you can start the game on hard. That's cool. I'm saying that because you can't start on hard on Ninja Gaiden Black, that you had to unlock each difficulty by completing the whole game, so it's pretty cool that it lets me start on hard. Okay, so let's see what this is like. So far, I can say it's very beautiful. Resolution is it's really good, and the graphics don't seem to be so dumbed down. Alright. Okay. What I can say is that there seems to be some kind of frame skip, or I think this game runs at 30 frames per second, I think. At least that's what yeah. Okay, so it doesn't play at 60 frames per second, it plays at 30, but it's consistent, and it's actually pretty nice. It looks really good. Okay, so far I'm pretty happy with this. For those of you who don't know what I mean by 30 frames per second, basically this game runs like the new Devil May Cry does, but it's very consistent. It doesn't run as good as I guess Devil May Cry 4, if you guys ever played that. So already playing this just a little bit, I can say that this is probably exactly the same so far as the PlayStation 3 version of Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So for those of you new to Ninja Gaiden and you like this playthrough, then if you want to give this level a try, you'll start with more abilities and things like that. Just download the PlayStation 3 demo. And that one runs at 60, so it runs smoother than this, but actually I don't think anyone will mind playing this at 30. Well, I mean, it's on the handheld, so I can play this on the train. So yeah, one of the things I'll be talking about as well is also how the difference between Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. It's not just as simple as Ninja Gaiden 2 has more stuff and whatever. There are actually two different games on the... I'm not sure if I've actually said this already before, but they play differently and they have different focuses, so... So basically the difference between this game and, you know, like your God of War's or Devil May Cry, it's not saying they're too similar, but this one, at least the first Ninja Gaiden, is a more defensive game. It's about attacking at the right moment, really. Because later on harder difficulties and further on in the game, it starts to be essentially what happens is the enemies start to dodge and, you know, block quite often, and you have to hit them in their recovery frames. I mean, it sounds like a fighting game, but it means that when you're not good at Ninja Gaiden, it's incredibly frustrating, because you don't really know why none of your attacks are working. But when you see someone who's played Ninja Gaiden before, it looks pretty easy. Okay, so for those of you who are new in Ninja Gaiden again, as you probably noticed, there's these different color orbs coming out of enemies. I'll just briefly explain it. Basically, a yellow orb is money for buying upgrades and things like that. Blue orbs increase health, and later on in the game you have red orbs, which give you like more uses of special powers and things like that. Pretty much, the orbs have quite another important gameplay mechanic, which is these ultimate techniques you see me doing right here. Basically what that's... Okay, let me quickly explain. Basically you have this charge up attack here, where you hold Y, or triangle since it's PlayStation. Level 1 just does a normal slash like that, which is pretty powerful, and level 2 goes in that little cutscene thing you guys just saw. And basically the orbs, if it's a yellow orb, for every yellow orb that's around you, when you charge up, gives you one level of the ultimate technique. So if there's 2 yellow orbs, basically you can do a level 2 ultimate technique instantly. And if there's a blue or a green orb, a blue or a red orb, there's no green orb, then only one of them are needed to charge up. Now, you probably noticed that I didn't want to cure myself even though I was nearly dead, and that's because blue orbs are pretty common in this game. Except you can't get a blue orb if you kill someone with an ultimate technique. Basically, the reason why is, if you use an ultimate technique and kill an enemy with it, it multiplies the amount of money you'll be getting. So let's say you kill an enemy for 200 and use its yellow orb to kill an enemy. You'll be making like, 400 on that enemy, and then you do the same thing, 800. I don't know if it multiplies like that, but it's significant in a similar way. So, pretty much the idea is, if you're low on health and you need it, don't absorb it for an ultimate technique, because then you'll lose it. And of course, don't do ultimate techniques if you're low on health. I tend to not use health potions until I'm actually at a boss, because enemies tend to, give me the health potions when I need them. I only usually use a health potion when I'm so close to death that the next attack will kill me. Okay, so, sorry about that. I'm just checking to see if the focus was alright. So I'm halfway through this level now, and Ninja Gaiden 2 has quite different mechanics on these kinds of things, and I hope it's a good port. If it's as good as this one, then yeah, it's definitely, I'm gonna have lots of fun with that one. Now, I mostly prefer Ninja Gaiden 1 over 2, because Ninja Gaiden 2, even though it will look more exciting on this video, it feels less deliberate, if you know what that means, or if you know what I'm kind of talking about. Oh, that's a mistake. In Ninja Gaiden 2, it's basically just keep on attacking, and, well, attacks give you, like, invincibility frames and things like that. They do in this one, but, oh, well, you'll see the difference. I'll talk about them more later. That was a save point there, but I'm not going to go do that just to save time. I'm nearly at the boss now. So yeah, what I can say is that pretty much this version is Ninja Gaiden Sigma for PS3 running at 30 frames per second. That's basically it. So 30 frames per second is consistent, so you get used to it pretty quickly. And if you're new to Ninja Gaiden, I repeat, just download the PlayStation 3 demo. And it's pretty much exactly the same as this, but you get more upgrades so you can see what it will be like later on in the game and stuff. just to quickly mention what the shurikens do. In this game, projectile attacks aren't like they are in other games. They're mostly just to stun enemies and lower your recovery frames so you can start. Basically, if you're halfway through a combo, actually I'm going to kill myself. I normally don't need to, but just in case. If you're at the end of a combo and you don't want to do the next attack, you want to do like start a different kind of combo, you just do the shuriken, and that allows you to sort of reset what you're doing. And it also stuns the enemy a little bit, so you can probably do a charge attack or something. Or basically what happens later on in harder difficulties, if I knock an enemy up in the air and do an air combo, I have to be careful where I land and when I land. So I'll use the shurikens in the air to sort of delay myself landing, which can basically sometimes save your life. Okay, so this is the boss.
I see you have made it this far.
This is so beautiful. I don't mind the English voices, I usually just change it though. There's a really easy way to fight this guy. Of course, I first played Ninja Gaiden when I was a kid, and this guy repeatedly kicked my ass. Oops. Oh, he just completely counter-attacked me. Oh my god, I failed to tap out. Okay. So I'm not going to use a cure because these enemies are easy to kill. And they will give me a blue orb, hopefully. If I die, that would be very embarrassing. Because I'm uploading this. It's my first playthrough. Give me a blue orb. Yes. Sorry if the Vita's moving quite a bit now because okay. Yes, give me those blue orbs. Yeah, and then the very first version Ninja Gaiden, there were never enemies, the bosses. But they don't actually make it harder, they're there just in case you don't have enough health potions, really. I'm not good at tapping on this system. Ah, shit. I should not have done that. Okay. And that's it. So instead of finishing the cutscene, you guys can do it yourself if you haven't seen it before. I'm going to switch straight to Ninja Gaiden 2 now. So yeah, Final Verdict, that is a really good port. Besides being 30 frames per second. I mean, I know it's Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so it's not as good as Black. But, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. Well, I'm pretty happy. I'm sure I've heard that it has, you know, amulets and things like that that make the game easier, but it's alright. Let me just move this up here. And now let's play Sigma 2. Let's get the focus right. So, this is the first time playing Sigma 2 on the Vita. I heard that it has horrific frame rate issues. So there's a couple of things that I'll be doing in the settings just to see, because I was recommended to turn like the blood off and increase, like, you know, the speed of the camera and stuff. And I'll also be talking about the differences this game has with the first. So for those of you new in Ninja Gaiden, you can choose which one you'd probably like more. Let's quickly go to the options. Okay, no Japanese language. Right. Tutorials, gore. Camera settings, yeah. Okay. And that should be... that should be it. Oh, that's cool. I can start them very hard. Okay, I'm really happy about that. So, the PlayStation 3 version of Sigma Plus, I've only played the demo of this, although I've played it a lot. I've only completed the 360 version of Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I changed costume of Ninja Gaiden 2. And there's quite a few differences that I'll mention when I see them. But for the most part, it's got the same differences to the first game. Alright. I changed my costume. I'll skip this cutscene. Oh my god. Holy shit. What the... Ew. Okay, this runs like shit. Maybe I didn't choose the settings correctly, but... No, this... Maybe it gets better, hopefully. Oh wait, what the hell? He's not wearing my costume. This is an FMV. So the cutscenes are now FMVs, probably to save memory or something. So that means that I should get the focus to be right. What's going on? There you go. Yeah. Okay, so the cutscenes are now FMVs, and that means that there's an inconsistency with the costume that Ryu is wearing. Okay, so one big difference between this game and the first one is that there's this, essentially you can cut off enemies' limbs, which is done by probability. I'll explain that a bit later. And when one limb is cut off, you can do like an obliteration techniques, which those little cutscene things you guys are seeing. Save points are much faster, so I'll be hitting them in this one. Basically, it may look like Ryu can do a lot more in this game. I mean, he does have more combos and capabilities and stuff like that, but basically, you can upgrade your weapons in the first Ninja Gaiden, right? This game, Ninja Gaiden 2, starts off pretty much of what it's like to have like a level 3 upgraded weapon. Okay, there's... So I have some techniques that you can actually unlock later on in the first game. But sorry, this is actually really baffling me. For some reason, apart from running like absolute garbage, this game seems to have dynamic resolution. Like, its resolution changes, probably to help the frame rate in bad areas. Like, it looks okay now, it's the same as the first one. Then, like, yeah, all of a sudden, it looks like some shitty phone game. Okay, I don't really like that, but well, if they had to. Okay, so far I can say, as a port, this runs really bad. And also, this is really easy for mental. What's going on? This is meant to be very hard, and I think the difficulty's probably been adjusted for the PlayStation Vita. Okay, so yeah, these things, they automatically get used. Oh, they don't increase your health. Maybe it's only the Xbox One. This basically does nothing. Alright, so back to people who are new to Ninja Gaiden. So yeah, there's these things called obliteration techniques, and also ultimate techniques in this game are a bit different, in fact, in the sense that level 1 ultimate technique is basically a level 2 ultimate technique in Ninja Gaiden 1. And level 2 ultimate technique in this basically is 2 ultimate techniques stringed together. I mean, it depends on the weapon, but that's essentially how it works. So you only need 1 orb to do like a little cutscene thing. And also enemies, you probably can't tell because I wasn't on a very high difficulty in the first one anyway, but enemies don't really dodge your attacks in this one. They kind of get hit by everything you throw at them. They are very hard hitting still, but it means that this game's more about sort of attacking all the time rather than waiting for the right time to attack. Okay, so for those of you who haven't played the PS3 version of Ninja Gaiden and want to know the differences from the Xbox One, these enemies here, basically what they've done is that they've increased the amount of health these enemies have, whilst decreased their probability of their limbs getting cut off. And that's still present in the Vita version, which is, you know, it's a good thing. That the enemies have more health, I think, but I prefer the Xbox version for, you know, many other reasons. And also the downside to having something like this, well, not downside, another difference is that because they have more health and you can't use the obliteration technique so much, they only put 2 on at the same time, whereas on the Xbox version there would have been like 4 or 5 there. These those red orbs that I was talking about, this is an info power-up for those of you who are new. And the red orb, you see those little fire things I have underneath my health, those are how many times they can do it. The red orb basically just replenishes that. This is actually incredibly easy. This is meant to be on very hard, and for some reason I don't really understand. Oh, it runs like garbage. Holy crap. Also looks like shit. Okay, I can say probably Ninja Gaiden 2, Sigma Plus is a much better port than Sigma 2 Plus. But then I can't really blame developers so much because it was probably outsourced and Ninja Gaiden 2 was programmed very horribly in the first place. But then again, for those of you who've never played this, if you want to give it a try, actually I don't recommend you play the Vita version if it's your first go, because this really does run very bad. But yeah, if you want to give this game a try, there's a demo on the Xbox 360 and also PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 demo is a bit better in that you can choose different difficulties and so on. So PS3 version's a better demo, but well, I mean, some people prefer Sigma, so I'm not going to say the Xbox version's much better, but Because the ultimate techniques start much faster in this game than the first Ninja Gaiden, it also means there's a strategy which is basically, if you're fighting an enemy, okay, let's say you're fighting this guy, just run away. Oh crap, it's loading again. Oh, this run's terrible. You just run away, charge up, and that's something you can't really do in the first Ninja Gaiden. I mean, there are some areas where you can, but it basically means that in Ninja Gaiden 2, because you can spam ultimate techniques without there being orbs, basically. And charging in the first game would take a much longer time. Okay, so this cutscene is... Oh my god. This cutscene is new if you've only played the Xbox one, but actually I think I understand why they made these cutscenes FMVs. Because, you know, basically he changes his costume because the Vita isn't actually running this scene, it's just the video. It runs, like... It runs basically really well in the cutscene, and then it starts to run like shit again when it's in the real game. They shouldn't do that. I don't think that was a good idea. And now there's an inconsistency with the costumes, and also when you get used to the shit frame rate, it goes back. It just reminds you about how shit it is when there's the cutscene. Okay, so I kept on mentioning that there's a probability involved when you cut enemies' limbs off. Basically, the third attack of that little combo, XXY, or square, square, triangle, pretty much the third attack has a higher probability of cutting limbs. It's not the only attack that cuts limbs, it doesn't do it all the time. It just has a higher probability on enemies like this. Different enemies are vulnerable to different kinds of weapons and attacks. There's a really deep system involved in Ninja Gaiden 2. On the Xbox version Ninja Gaiden 2 actually, I'm not sure if it's toned down for the PS3 version or Sigma, but there are these claws, the Falcon's Talons, which are basically had a forward Y, a forward triangle attack, which cut off limbs very, very easily. It basically did it 100% of the time. Which, as you can imagine, makes the game a bit dull. So I'm not going to complete the whole level, I'm just going to get to where the demo ends. So there's one more wave of... Oh shit, it runs really horribly. Oh fuck. Oh, this is slow motion. Oh my god. So yeah, anyway, this level is like twice as long as where I'll be stopping, but I don't want this video to go on forever, and I think you guys get the gist of it. So yeah, this game may look a lot easier. Basically, the Xbox version Ninja Gaiden 2 is actually harder than the first Ninja Gaiden on its harder difficulties. It's easier on its lower ones. I know that sounds obvious, but basically the normal difficulty of the first one's harder than Ninja Gaiden 2, whereas the hardest difficulty in Ninja Gaiden 2 is harder, but not for the Sigma game. So, I mean, I don't know what's up with this Vita port. I mean, this is incredibly easy. I think this is a lot easier than the PS3 version, but the Sigma 2 is, I think it's like pretty damn easy, because what made Ninja Gaiden 2 hard was there were so many enemies hitting you at one time. And that doesn't happen in this version. It was kind of like something they considered they fixed. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so there's a boss coming up now. Sorry, it seems to have lost focus. Here we are. So this boss wasn't in the Xbox version, if you've never seen this guy before. I recommend, definitely do not play the Vita version in this game if you want to. Oh my god, look at its health go down. Holy crap. Oh, that's my fault. Got hit by that. What the hell's going on with the difficulty? It's like super easy mode. The boss is nearly dead already. Oh, let's see if I can do the God of War finisher. Oh no. Okay. Sorry about that. There's like a God of War thing where you press circle and enemy's dead or something, but you have to hit them in the right spot. Anyway, so this port of Sigma 2 is really jerky. I mean, I'll probably finish it anyway because I love this game, but this runs like shit, and in fact I'm kind of impressed about how shit it runs. Okay, so I guess that's it. Don't think I have anything else to show. Actually, it keeps on. Hold on a second. Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, so I just figured this out. Let's zoom in a little bit. So the resolution. Let's get it to focus, so you can see. So the resolution's kind of okay at the moment, but when I go into the pause menu and come out, it goes really low again. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'll do it one more time. So this is normal. Check around his arms, and you can see it's very. So every time you go to a menu, it goes low res. That's incredibly stupid. Okay, well that's my comparison, and thank you for watching.